Hi guys, welcome to this comprehensive video about earwax removal. This is this what you see now is almost everything which is available on the market, and also about everything which I've been using so far, and this is my just personal opinion, personal experience. I'm not a medical professional in any kind of I'm not a pro. I'm just a regular user, normal human being, and I'm telling you about my experience. I can tell you I have a lot of experience because I'm one of these guys who are having troubles getting rid of the earwax. Most of the people don't have a problem. They can use just a regular cotton swab, or don't even have to use something like this. Just use a piece of toilet paper or something like that, and it's done. For some people, it depends on if you have a dry ear, you have a narrow ear canal or something like that, then you're sometimes in trouble every couple of months or couple of years, depending on your situation. So I'm going through all the stuff which I'm having here, and I can tell you first, it's a big difference if you are doing just regular maintenance cleaning, like every month or so, like a little bit more than what usual people do. That's the regular cleaning. And the other thing is a total blockage, when you don't hear anymore, or when everything is muffled. Then you need something stronger, of course. So for regular maintenance, I would suggest you do not use really tough things. It's a good advice to start always with that. So here we have the normal eardrops. Here we have the Debrox, which is one of the best sellers I've seen, I think, on Amazon. I will put down the link to most of these things, so if you want to order that, you can order it from the links in the description. So this is the one thing a lot of people order. And the other thing is the Neil Med. The surprising thing is this is about same price, this and this. So if you have an urgent situation, you can buy this stuff also. Usually, like on a larger supermarket, Walmart or so, you can order it at the same price on Amazon. So the surprising thing is this is the Debrox, which a lot of people buy, and this is the whole set from Neil Med, and it contains same thing. That's the carbamide peroxide, I think 6.5%. Also same thing, same active ingredient inside, same amount, same price. But here with the Neil Med, you get additionally this rinsing solution, you get this searing bulb, you get the earplugs, you get this, and the question is only, do you really need that? I will cover that later on. So these drops are definitely one of the more gentle solutions. They are not, actually, I really think they are not harmful. They are really, but they are not so strong, but they usually work if you don't have a full blockage, but they work a little bit slow. Other slow or gentle solutions are this sweet oil. I found this on a supermarket. It was on the shelf for ear treatment, and I've done research, so a lot of people using that. It has also it does not only dilute or dissolve earwax, it has some kind of anti-inflammation effect, which is always good when you are doing things with your ears. And the other thing is the distilled water. Here we have the Walmart edition, just distilled water. I haven't been aware, or I didn't think that this should or could solve the problem, and I found this in the internet. So there are some recommendation using just distilled water. I don't know if it's any better than just tap water, but of course distilled water does not contain any kind of additional things or bacteria or chlorine or whatever, so maybe it's not more effective, it's just more safe. So with everything you use, it's a huge advice to, if you use these drops or this oil or whatever you use, put it on about 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius, so it has exactly the same temperature as your body or as your ear, because if you're using any of this stuff really cool or even cold, it could really hurt your ears badly, and this is what we wanna avoid. So these are the gentle things, the really, let's say secure things. Shouldn't be too harmful, but they are not super effective. But as long as you have, as long as you're doing just regular maintenance or regular cleaning, you don't have a blockage, it should be good. So here, single thing. So definitely better value if you buy this in combination. The question is only, do you really need that? That's a rinsing thing. So, I always hit this tripod. You put this on top. Here you put it like this. You hold it. No, that's wrong side. You push this towards your ears or ear, and then there's some rinsing solution, like it's a saline solution with a little bit of salt. It's good. Really neutral, is flushing into your ears and rinsing, and everything should be collected here, and then you can just spill it. It helps you things keeping clear, and also you get this searing bulb. It's in 3 parts. So there's something here from the carpet, I think. So it's 3 parts. You just put this together. It's a little bit difficult, of course, when you do this on camera live. So you can rinse it first, fill it with warm water, and then push, give it a good squeeze, and put, flush or rinse your ears. Of course, you start with the carbamide peroxide. Here we have a good indication what to do. 10 drops, leave it in for 10 minutes, and then rinse each ear for 10 seconds with this saline solution. Okay, the thing is, to rinse, use this is really a weak thing. If you have a blockage or half blockage, you need something stronger, like something like this, or even like a water pick. That's a really big discussion about what to use. The thing is, there are a lot of these things which you can pull apart and easy fill, but every time, you will probably need that a couple of times, and every time open, put it back together is difficult. You can also leave it closed and just open it to clean. So for me, it always worked the best when I hold this under the top water, top with running water, also of course 100 degrees Fahrenheit body temperature, and just push, like pull push all the time a little bit, and then it will fill with water, and then you can use it in your ear. You always have to be careful that you don't push it too far into your ear. I always use something like this. With the left hand, I hold it like this. So this is like a blockage, so it doesn't go too deep inside, and then I push with the right hand. So same thing with this one. You can buy this as a single item, like on Walmart or online. The disadvantage of this one, you can't open. It's hard to clean and hard to really dry. You have to make sure that it's absolutely clean, no water after that inside, that it doesn't build up mold, otherwise it can be really harmful. But the advantage is you can put a lot of pressure with this. If you have a blockage, you need something with really a lot of pressure, then this one is better. If you have a blockage, this one is not good, because if you push too hard with water inside, it will fall apart. It's okay. I mean, it comes like as a free item, free add-on with the nail mat, so it's okay. But I wouldn't expect too much from that. Also, no help with a blockage from that. Here with this thing, you have to be really careful. These are earplugs. If you have, like, if you're close to a blockage, you use your eardrops, and you think you're trying to use this on both sides same time, so you put in eardrops and then trying to block your ear with these earplugs, so you can tilt your head to the other side and use it on the other side as well. So I would definitely not recommend using that, because if you have almost a blockage, you're pushing everything deeper inside, and then you have a full blockage, which you definitely won't be able to remove. So be really careful with this. If you need something to prevent from this thing leaking out of your ears, use cotton balls, but of course it will suck all the things up, or a lot of it, and then it won't be as useful. So I would recommend just using doing one side after each other. I mean, yeah, it takes 10 minutes. As described here, 10 drops, 10 minutes. Yeah, if you're using left, tilt your head to the right side, leave it there, and rinse it for 10 seconds. And when you're done, do it same thing on the other side. Don't use this thing. And yeah, if you want to use cotton balls, it won't hurt, but some of the liquid will flow out, of course. This is another dangerous thing. Yeah, it comes free with the nail mat kit. There are several of these things. You can buy different styles. I've been using that. That seems to be really potentially harmful. It's really hard. It has these things, really strange. Yeah, I mean, technically it could be able to remove ear wax, but I mean, your ears, especially eardrums, are so sensitive. I would definitely not use something like this. I tried it and I got the impression that it really hurt my ears inside. I got almost inflammation, blockage, went even harder. So I would definitely recommend stay away from these things. And also, yeah, especially when you are close to blockage, don't use cotton swab as well. So you need definitely something else. So especially when you're having trouble getting rid, maybe these mild things do not work, or you're close to a blockage, then of course you need something stronger. And I have here a couple of things. I mean, first, of course, I would try with this thing. Usually it should work. Just make sure you don't push it too far inside, but then you can push really strong. Usually you won't hurt your eardrums with something like this. If you need something stronger, some people recommend buying a water pick, which is actually intended to use with to clean your teeth instead of this dental floss. This is much more comfortable. I really recommend buying something like this, and not only for your ears, but really for your to clean your teeth. It's a really good thing. You have to make sure that you get one with a big tank. Most of them are having a small tank, and but it's important to have a big tank. But apart from, and it has to be it has to have several different pressure types. Yeah. So these come with exchangeable heads. That's a good thing, and it has a different pressure, like normal, soft, or massage. I would definitely, if you're using something like that, use it with the lowest setting, like soft. And I mean, for your ears, it won't be soft. It's still really strong. I've tried this, but I didn't use it with the standard tip. I've been manipulating one of the tips. They look actually like this, and I've been cutting one. I've been cutting the tip off from one, and yeah, sanded it a little bit, so there's much more water flowing, and it has less pressure. And so I had the idea that it should work. So before you put something like this, before you use something like this in your ears, just make sure you try with your hand and your finger, and then you get maybe a feeling if it could be okay, or if it's too hard or too harsh. I mean, yeah, for me, I had a total blockage, and I was not able to get rid of it even with this thing, but it was an extreme situation. I think most of the people say something like this, it should work, but really be careful. I can tell you, yeah, you have just 2 ears with 1 eardrum each, and you have to be careful. It surprised me that really many people seem to use something like that. I used it for the first time. I usually use this thing with a lot of success, but this time it was even too much. Even with the water pick. So also 2 stronger chemicals. This is the isopropyl, I don't know how to really spell that, isopropyl alcohol, 91%. There are different percentages. Maybe you try to use something with a little bit lower percentage. I've tried this one, and I had the impression that it was really, really, really strong. And this thing you can't leave in your ears for 10 minutes or so. Just use it for a really short time. And also this is definitely milder. The 3% hydrogen peroxide spray. This is actually a first aid antiseptic. I would definitely recommend buying this over this. This seemed to be really, really harsh, but some people say they have been using that, and it shouldn't hurt. Yeah, if you wanna try this as a last resort, maybe, but definitely not too long with this thing. This is definitely way stronger than this thing, and it shouldn't be as harmful as, or yeah, harsh as this thing. So this, I think, could be a really good thing. When I put this into my ears, I heard it really doing something that's really awesome. You get the idea that it's doing something. Even with this one, they say you should hear something. I haven't been able to hear a lot of this, like it does dissolve the wax. With this one, I had like I heard an immediate like bubbling for 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. Also with this one, I would recommend using it not longer than maybe 3 minutes or so per side, maybe 10 minutes, but that's the very most. So I wouldn't go any further. So yeah, if all of this stuff doesn't help, you still have the blockage, then I definitely would recommend that you contact professional help like an ENT. I mean, you can go to an emergency care or something like that, or just normal family doctor. Of course, they have something like this and stronger, which is stronger, and usually they can get rid of the blockage, but it's still a push, and I don't like the idea of push, because everything which pushes can hurt your ears or eardrums, and there have been reports of eardrums being teared up or ruptured, or simply just destroyed, or hurt. And this usually, I mean, that happens even when you go to medical professionals like ENTs, or you just normal general practitioner. It can happen, and especially when when they use something like this with really strong pressure, which produces a really strong water jet. And especially it happens when you have your ears inflamed. So be really careful, especially when you're doing all the treatment and your ears are starting to hurt. That's a sign of inflammation, and at the latest, at this moment, this thing is should be treated or by a professional, by a doctor, and you should stop using this. So it's getting really dangerous when you get inflammation. And so I would definitely choose to go to an ENT, like an ear, nose, throat specialist, instead of using a general practitioner or like a normal emergency care or something like that, because the ENTs, they have like something which is like a suction, like a vacuum, really small vacuum, and so instead of pushing, they are pulling the things out, which are it's really loud. You think it would hurt you, but it's much more gentle to your ears and eardrums. So I highly recommend going to an ENT. They have way advanced things compared to a general practitioner. So one last word regarding rinsing. You do not only have this thing and this thing, you also have to possibility, or of course this thing, if you like, but you have usually, for me, it worked with special shower heads. Sometimes shower heads have different positions. So like when you have a massage shower head, you can switch it, and so it gets a little bit a stronger jet in the middle. But you also have to be careful sometimes when you're just doing regular maintenance on a weekly or monthly basis with something like this. I would just leave it 10 drops, 10 minutes, and then rinse it, and using the normal shower head, like you tilt or you rotate your head a little bit away from the shower head, and make sure that one of these small jets hit your ears inside, and then usually it should be good to rinse everything out, which is already pre-solved by one of these things. So now I hope I have more or less covered everything. This thing was about same thing as the carbamide, peroxide, maybe even a little bit weaker. Some people also use baby oil. I think it's really similar to the sweet oil, but I think that's about it. There is not so much more. I hope I have covered now more or less everything, and I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.